Hi guys, I thought I found a decent view for you for this review. So we're up in Rapé in Sicily, and it's up by the castle, I believe, the Castello. You're now looking at the Mediterranean, I believe, which is this the western part of Sicily we're in. And today we are looking at Göteborgs Rapé white large Lingon from here. A snus that I actually know a little bit about. I've been saving this review for this holiday actually. And as you may know, I've reviewed the Nicotine before, which is a favourite of mine. Really like that one, the cloudberry in English, and this is the lingonberry. Another one of my favourites, of course, the Rapé lös, the loose version. I really like the range. They're using lavender in them, and some of them at least have juniper in there. This one, I don't believe it's got juniper in it, but it does have lavender. And the Swedish, but particularly Swedish or Northern European, I believe, a berry called lingonberry, which is a little bit tart, just like the cloudberry. So this one has a full 24 portions in it. The portions are 0.9 grams, so they're relatively large, but they are white, with still a little bit of moisture coming through. The nicotine is normal. It's 8 milligrams per gram or 7.2 milligrams per portion. It's got a Swedish match large catch lid, as we're used to seeing. So it's one of the biggest brands from Swedish match, but this has got a little bit of a twist to it, and I can tell you it's very good. It comes in the star formation, like that. And you get an immediate whiff, just like I think I said, the Nicotine is one of my favourite smells of any snus on the market, and this, I don't know what they've managed to do there. It's got the sweetness, but it's not full on just extract or anything like that. It's also tart, just like the Nicotine. So it's really well blended. Comes in the wedge shape. To get the star formation, so you need to fluff them up because they're really quite hard, otherwise the tobacco in there, so you just do that to make it nice and soft. Good quality portions. And I should mention that the Snus 24 is carrying, I think, pretty much the whole Rapé range, so if you're outside the EU you can pick it up from them. In Sweden you see them everywhere, these ones. So what we'll do is we'll travel through Sicily, and the second part of this route possibly on the east coast. So yeah, I'll be back in the second part of this review and tell you just how much I like this snus. Hello, check it out. Frederick's just given me a really nice t-shirt. You might recognize the logo on that one, for my 40th birthday. I'm turning 40 soon. Frederick is turning 40 before me there, luckily, so I'll taunt him about that one for a couple of days. And have I got an offer you can't refuse? We are right now sort of getting to the west coast of Sicily. We are really on the north coast, in a village really called Finale, and it's just east of Cefalo. Had a bit of a problem here. We had to evacuate our B&B because there's been fires around this area, but we're cool now. Snoozing some snus, of course. And we're finishing up with the Göteborgs Rapé Lingon. So what do I think about this one? It's very soft, the portion, very nice material here. My preferred 0.9 grams. And it is white. It does release quite a lot of flavor, but it doesn't run. Nicotine wise, I would say it's pretty mild. It's probably a really good beginner snus, this one, because it's fresh. It's got a lightness to it. It's quite fresh. It does lack a bit of robustness. So I think we've been talking about here that we come to the conclusion that although it should be a dessert snus, being a little bit sweet, it feels like I want something personally that's more robust after the meal. It's still quite light and soft. Beautiful taste, really nice fruity taste, but it doesn't have, compared to a lot of the other fruit snoozes on the market. They are more one-dimensional with a sort of extract. This, to me, is much better than most fruit snoozes, and I would say it's my favorite fruit snooze of them all. I even prefer this one to Göteborgs Rapé lös, actually, which is one of my favorite snoozes. So you're seeing where this one is heading. So it's up there, you know, with my favorites. I've been comparing it to Onyx, General Onyx, completely different taste. Maybe I'll prefer that one just for the extra robustness, that kick. This one surprisingly doesn't work as the perfect dessert snooze for me, but it's one to change up the rotation with, and one that I would go back to all the time as such. It's a really beautiful taste. In the last one goes. It's a little bit herbal. It's fruity, but not too sweet. It has, as I said, not too much of an extract, and lingonberry being a fresh sort of fruit, it sort of has a good tartness, almost like an acidity to it, that blends well with the herbal notes. So it doesn't go, you don't get a lot of tobacco, you don't get too much saltiness, although there is, you know, a little bit of, it's a good balance in there, but it's a soft, beautiful snooze, especially in the beginning when you start using it. The smell is just phenomenal, really. It's one of the best smelling snoozes out there. So it is one of my favorite snoozes. Don't get me wrong, it's up there. Some other ones are more robust, and I would sort of probably use the Onyx and Grov possibly more often, but this one being the perfect snooze to just change up your rotation with, and being unique as well with the lingonberry. So I think Swedish match here, just, I mean, it's an absolute winner, this one, and one that you cannot miss out on. I prefer it to the Hjortron, which I gave an 8 out of 10. So this one, comparing it with the Onyx, which got like a strong 8.5, I'm going to give this an 8.5 as well out of 10. One you just can't miss, really. Beautiful snooze, very mellow, very fresh, very light, very well blended with the herbal notes coming through, and the fresh, fruity, and slightly tart note to it. Home run, this one. And you know what we're doing here, basically we are snoozing a lot of premium snoozes to go with the premium views. You know, you can't go mediocre when you see this, can you? So for the next review, I bet you will see us in Taormina, which is on the east coast, probably the most famous place in Sicily, right by Mount Etna, which is an active volcano. Hopefully we don't get an eruption there. We've had enough fires in this place already. So thanks guys for watching, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye.